Welcome to this practice, noticing the undercurrent. And start with a reflection on your intention. An intention to stay present and to notice the thoughts arising in the undercurrent. And then spending a few moments reflecting on your motivation for doing this, to perhaps better understand self, to better understand the compulsion to engage with thinking. And then noticing how you're sitting, noticing your posture. Is this a posture that's going to support you to carry out this intention? A posture that's going to support you staying alert and awake? And comfortable. So just adjusting how you're sitting to help support the intention that you've formed. And then settling the mind, as we've been doing. Just turning the focus of your attention to your breath, to the flow of breath in and out of your body. And settling the mind by regulating your breath, either with counting or by saying a phrase. And there is no correct speed or no correct count for your breath. Just trying to make your in and your out breath roughly the same. So noticing your breath in, I know I'm breathing in, and noticing your breath out, I know I'm breathing out. And you may become aware of lots of thoughts arising in the mind, as they do, that's what our minds do. Just noticing the thoughts and letting your attention rest on your breath and on regulating your breath. And if you notice that you have become caught up with thinking, just noticing that and kindly turning back to your breath. And letting go of counting just now, and just focusing more on your out breath. Noticing the effect of the out breath on the body, a sense of releasing and letting go. And notice any sensations that arise in your body as you let go of your breath. And just noticing now any sensations at all you feel in your whole body. And that might be sensations of pressure in particular parts of the body, depending on how you're sitting. You might notice your feet in contact with the ground, your seat bones in contact with the seat, your hands resting either on your lap, in the arms of a chair, and just noticing these contact points, the pressure, or perhaps scanning up your body, just noticing any sensations in your body just now. And there's no need to notice a particular sensation, just notice anything, and it might be that you notice there's no sensations. Just noticing what your experience of your body is in this moment. And it may be something that's labelled as discomfort, or tension, or tightness. Just noticing that. No need to change or fix anything. Just noticing how your body feels in this moment. Your whole body resting on the ground in this moment, surrounded by space. Resting with nowhere to go and nothing to do. And your mind resting in your body as your body rests on the ground. So just resting now in this moment and noticing what's going on for you in this moment. Sensations in your body, emotions, or thoughts. And noticing that thought activity without any need to get involved in it. And if you do notice you're involved in it, just coming back to let your focus rest lightly on the support of breath or sound. And coming back to resting again. So just focusing on the support in a kind of light way. Not trying to stop thoughts arising or obstruct them or pushing them away. Just now beginning to develop an interest in the thoughts that keep arising. Just watching them, so that gradually the existence of this undercurrent of thoughts becomes clear. But every time you notice that you're actually caught up in being involved with the thoughts, then gently returning your attention to your mindfulness support. Once you feel settled back on the mindfulness support again, beginning to notice the arising of thoughts again. So you're kind of moving between your attention, noticing the stream of thought, with some curiosity about these thoughts, and then resting back on your support again. Once you feel a sense of resting in the support, going back to noticing the stream of thoughts. But just noticing the content without any need to change it or get involved in it. Just noticing. whenever you notice you've begun to get really quite involved in thinking, or maybe stories around what the undercurrent is, you might notice attitudes arising about, oh, I shouldn't have these thoughts, or I should have different ones. And noticing this activity, these attitudes, and the stories that we make up about ourselves. You might notice patterns and habits in there. Oh, that feels familiar. Noticing, and gently and kindly returning back to the mindfulness support of breath or sound. Noticing the breath, the body moving with the breath, and the breath flowing in and out of the body, and just resting lightly on that. Resting, with nowhere to go and nothing to do. And then as the thoughts begin to arise again, just noticing with some curiosity, like clouds moving across a sky. Oh, there goes that thought. And there goes another one. They may feel familiar, they may not. And each time just noticing the activity of the undercurrent, all the while gently resting with the support of breath or sound. And again, switching your attention to the stream of thoughts, images, background chatter, noticing it. It might be busy, it might not be. Just looking in with interest and curiosity about the activity in the undercurrent. But all the while coming back to the support of sound or breath. And each time you notice you're caught up in thinking, engaging with the thoughts, or engaging with a sort of resistance to the thoughts, oh, I wish they weren't there. You might notice striving. You might notice other attitudes. Noticing and coming back to the support of your breath and sound, or sound. Just noticing. There's no need to change or fix anything. There's nothing wrong with the undercurrent or the content of the undercurrent. It's just thoughts that arise spontaneously, randomly. They may be echoes of the past. There might be fears about the future. But they just arise spontaneously. Just notice the activity, the stream, the flow. And notice briefly, just for maybe 20 seconds, and then come back to the support of breath or sound. And resting again. Noticing your breath flowing in and out of your body. This body, grounded in this moment. And perhaps noticing that if the undercurrent has any impact on body sensations or emotions. Just noticing and resting lightly again on the support of breath or sound. So resting again, and then once more just noticing the undercurrent, noticing the activity, the stream of thoughts. Noticing with curiosity what's arising in the mind, without any need to become involved in it, to change it, to obstruct it. Coming back to the support again. So it's a bit like resting on the support and just glancing at the undercurrent and noticing the content briefly and coming back to the support. With no need to change or fix anything that you notice in the undercurrent. Just noticing it and coming back to the breath. And as we come towards the end of this version, this slightly shorter version of noticing the undercurrent, just reflecting afterwards on your own, perhaps in a reflective journal, or going to be sharing in pairs. But it might be something that each time you do, you want to note down in your journal. What kinds of thoughts were present? Were they images, storylines, conceptual thoughts? Was there an emotional charge behind them? Did they remain or did they move on and change? What happened to them when you didn't engage with them, and where did they go?